Good morning, everybody. Oh, let me turn the camera around so that I can say good morning. Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to finally reveal to you the kitchen makeover. I'm really excited. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. I hope you can see me. I shoot on my iPhone. My gimbal that I usually use is not working. So we're just gonna go with what we got. Hopefully we got this good. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna go check out the kitchen. We also redid some of the decor for the dining room because before I didn't have any dining room chairs at the table, so we'll go over that too. But look at the kitchen. It's so much better. I'm so much happier. So let me go through what we did. So first off, countertops. We had these green countertops that I hated. Like I said in my video showing the kitchen, what it originally looked like. If you have those and you love them, I'm sorry. They just didn't do it for me. I did not like them, I hated them. So my husband went out and bought this wood. He believed it was African mahogany, but someone has since told him it was African maple. Not really sure. But he took it to a wood shop, and the gentleman, I believe his name was Dave, he rounded the edges. He cut the pieces to fit. But the biggest thing he did was, this is actually 2 pieces of wood, and so he, if you see right here, is a very small, hard to notice seam. It just goes with the grain, and he like glued them together so that it would be one piece and easier to work with. My husband and then brought them home and sanded them some and stained them. We used Provincial, I believe was the color stain that we used. And then we just did 1 layer of a high gloss polyurethane just to protect it a little bit because it will be getting wet and stuff like that. This is Duncan. He wants to go outside. There's probably a squirrel. So that was the major thing that we did. But along with that, I got to get a new sink and new faucet, and I'm really excited about that. We also changed the cabinets, and added backsplash. And then I'll go over what all of those are. So this is my new faucet. This thing makes me happier than I can even explain. This comes from Kingston Brass. I got it on Amazon. And it is an antique copper look. Isn't that beautiful? And then my second exciting thing is my sink. This thing, I can't really explain to you how deep this is, but like, it is super deep. Let me see. So like, this is what your standard 17-ounce bottle. Look how far that is in there. It is monstrously deep. Sorry about my camera work here, but like I said, my regular gimbal isn't working today. I don't know why. Some beautiful houseplants that need to be dusted, because that's something that you should always do, is try to keep the dust off the leaves of your houseplant. My pothos, I have them all over the place. But our house is very low light, so I struggle with houseplants. Got my sweet little burlap voyants, and I picked up this copper pan at an antique shop in Newark, Delaware. And then just some other random decor items, and I can tell you that on this shelf, these 2 shelves, 100% of this came from Home Goods. No, I'm telling you a lie, I'm sorry. It all came from Home Goods except this antique scale. And this face of the scale my daughter painted. And so what we do is for different holidays and stuff, she paints different faces, and they just pop off. This just pops off, and then can see. She paints them. And we've used different things up there, paper plates or whatever for her to paint on. This picture is titled Yvonne, and it's a picture that hung in my home growing up, and so I wanted to make sure that it was in my home here as well. This little mailbox came from Wayfair. And my husband always puts his mail right there and leaves it, and I hate it. So I picked this up. Duncan, you're really giving me some light issues. I picked this up and put it there, and so now when he has mail that should not be sitting there, it can go in here tidy and out of the way. I picked up this rolling pin at the antique shop the other day. I thought it was pretty. And then this picture here I got at the antique shop as well. I believe it's Dutch. So I'm calling this decor my French Country Victorian Farmhouse because it's just a combination of everything, right? Okay, then we have our bar, the breakfast bar. So this, in the last video you'll see, was a weird gray wood. It was like one of those wood kits that we got from Home Depot. And I just went over it with a dark stain, and then I went back over it with some white chalk paint. The Waverly Parchment, I believe is the color that I used. The Waverly chalk paint that you can get at Walmart in the craft section. And I did that around to here. And then when we started, our cabinets were just the standard builder's cheapo cabinets. That was like that fake wood stuff. And I ended up picking up 2 cans of Behr chalk paint from Home Depot. And the top is, oh my goodness, it is called, it's, okay, I don't know if you can see that there. It's gonna focus or not, probably not. It is white mocha. That's the color that we have there. And it's not bright white. My husband thought it was gonna be bright white when I first showed it to him, and he was like, it's the same color as the walls. Obviously they're different. And it's not, it doesn't have a yellow tone. It has like a little brown undertone, and it's so soft. It just makes me think of like a cable knit sweater blanket, or just like a nice cable knit sweater, and it just makes me feel so cozy. So I will tell you that doing these in chalk paint was not the easiest thing. It took me a long time to do these cabinets. I was spending like 3 hours in the morning and then 3 hours in the afternoon doing them, and it took, for the top cabinets and the bottom, took 10 days. So that's a lot. And it took 2 pints for the, no. It took a lot of paint. So this is four layers, 4 coats. And that's for the top, because I wasn't using something with a primer in it, and the wood that was there was so dark. And then moving on to the bottom, the color is Wave Top. And these were only 2 coats. But it's like, what I really was looking for was like the duck egg blue. But we ended up going with this, and I knew it looks in the camera, it looks a lot lighter, but it is really like a teal. Like, it looks like in the camera, kind of like a country light blue or something. But as I step away, you see the color better. Like that right there is the color. That's the perfect representation. It's perfect. That's the color that we have. And it's called Wave Top. It's a Behr color as well. Then I tried my hand at wallpaper. I got this wallpaper for a big roll. It is a paintable wallpaper from Home Depot, and it was $19. The funny thing is, one, I've never wallpapered, so I think I did a pretty good job. I ordered samples from Wallpapers to Go, I believe. It's been 3 weeks. I spent $40 for samples. Haven't got them yet, but we spent $20 and got this, and I love it more than I would have loved any of those sample ones. I can tell you that. It's just very pretty, and if we end up wanting to change it, we can just paint it. So when we went to apply this, neither of us have any experience with wallpaper. My husband, Travis, I'm gonna stop saying my husband, his name is Travis, decided that we would lay it in one big piece. Oh my goodness, that was not happening. That was not a good idea. We tried it, we got glue everywhere. It was all over the stainless. And so he said, I give up, I'm done. You do whatever you want with it. So I ended up doing it in sections. They're right here is a section. So they're pretty small sections. So right to right here. And the only place that really gave me trouble was behind the stove because we didn't pull the stove out. So that was a little bit tricky. Other stuff we have in here is just a collection of little spoons and stuff that match this, which is Pioneer Woman from Walmart, which I absolutely love. My KitchenAid, which I cannot live without because I made lots of cookies and cakes and breads. Now, some things that we're going to be changing still is I want to add a rug here. Isn't that so cute? I just painted these doors chalk paint black because I did that bathroom there. This room here is a bathroom. And so I painted that cabinet black, and then I fell in love with that black chalk paint because it was just so rich. So I ended up painting those doors black as well. So I want to put something still above that cow. And my daughter, she wants the cow to go away. But for now, it's staying. I love the cow. Messy living room. Like I said in my last video about being true to you, we live in this house. There's Spencer. The house is not perfect. This is generally what it looks like. I mean, as far as clutter or whatever, this is the worst that you'll ever see it. Okay, so over here, work in progress. These chairs we picked up a few years ago just because we had nothing to go with this table. And I hate them. So I'm gonna put like 2 Louis chairs or even wingback chairs. Like I want comfy like accent chairs to go there instead of just the wooden chairs. The picture there, it's gonna go too. Because while it's pretty, and this is a pretty gathering here of things, it isn't reflective of my style, and it doesn't really go with what we have on the other side of the kitchen where I just showed you. So the picture's gonna go. The lanterns will stay because they are my heart. I love lanterns, and you'll see they're everywhere as you see videos of the house. And I'm probably going to redo something with the table too. Some different things on the tabletop. Our previous decor started out as like Joanna Gaines' heaven, right? It was fixer-upper, everything white and gray. And then I started to slowly add in little things that I loved. And one of the things I love most in the world is books. So we decided to do everything with book themes. So that bathroom that I pointed to back there is decorated in Moby Dick, right? And I'm going to change that as well. That's it. All of the book theme stuff is going to go away. Sorry, I told you before I have terrible allergies. So let's go over and check out the dining room. So before, the only chairs that we had were the two that are sitting here. We just have one at either end of the table, but I always want to do Sunday dinners. I have kids, I have 2 kids, I have 3 grandchildren, you know, and my kids have their significant others, and I really wanted to just do big family dinners on Sundays. But we could never do that because we didn't have any chairs. I got very lucky in the midst of this project, and someone donated these 3 chairs. So let me pull one out. And they were wood, and I just painted them and distressed them. So now I need one more to go right there. And this is what they look like. But I loved the detail on these. And this yellow here, that is where I used a poly. It was a water-based poly, and it's supposedly not, it's not supposed to turn yellow, but look at that. So yeah, that happened. But it's okay because they're I made them look kind of old and shabby, so it's fine. Plates, bottom plates are surprisingly from the Dollar Tree for $1. And then the top are Pioneer Woman, which I absolutely love. I can say everything else on the middle of the table there came from Home Goods. The candles are the Property Brother candles. This mirror was a gold mirror that I got at an antique shop, and I just painted it white. And then I love this little. Now that came from Big Lots. And this wreath came from Target, but I literally bought that before we bought this house to go in this house. It was like the first thing I bought. As soon as I knew we were buying this house, I ran out and bought this. So it will probably, it'll hang here until it just rots because it was the first thing I bought for the house. And so it has sentimental value, right? The chalkboard. So this was a giant gold framed picture, like some really not good picture. We took the picture out and we used a piece of thin board. I don't know what is it called, Luan? No, I don't know. It's like really, really, really thin. And my husband just like nailed that board to it, and then we painted it with the chalkboard paint. And then we had to do some repair work to this frame, and we painted it white. Our little Scrabble pieces, because that's who we are. We are the Hills. And I love the saying that I had my daughter put on this. One, because I am a huge fantasy geek. Lord of the Rings is my everything. I had a Lord of the Rings wedding. Fellowships and fond memories are made when gathered around the table. How perfect a quote for the dining room area. Here we have my recent find, which is picture frames that there's nothing in because I just literally bought that like 3 days ago. But I'm going to add other frames around it as well. This sweet little picture came from Cracker Barrel last night. Over here on this side of the wall, I have some plates, the blue and white transfer plates coming in that I ordered, and I'm gonna put them over on this side of the wall. So we still need to get the one more chair for here. When I get my plates put up, I want to take out this ceiling fan and I want to replace it with a chandelier of some type. And then the dining room is done. Oh, and this table. This table was a Craigslist find like 6 years ago, right before we moved in. And it was like it was stained and it was like really dark. And it was not all that pretty. It was pretty banged up. So my husband took it. He fixed the areas that were broken. Like there was like just like the middle bar there here was gone. Lots of beat up places. And then he also stripped the top, and then he used a method where he used a blowtorch to go over the top to bring out the grain in the wood, and then he stained it. And it is beautiful. To me, it's really important that the things in our house have touches of things that we've done to make them our own. I'm sorry, do you hear this? This is Spencer. Like I said in my video, being true to who I am, true to who we are is that we have these dogs are 2 of our 3. Spencer, the little white one, is extremely spoiled little brat. So he's always scratching, barking, or doing something and not getting in trouble for it. Apparently he wants out. So let's let Spencer out. So that's a quick look at our makeover. If I can figure out how to put the pictures of what it looked like before into this video, then I will gladly do it. Otherwise, I will just put a link to the previous video, which was the before, to show you what it looked like in here before. But so like I said, there's still some things I need to do. I need to put some pictures in there, add the plates, replace the ceiling fan, get another chair. And then in here, I just need to get 2 chairs here, which is going to take me a while. Replace that picture and put a rug right there. Maybe I should put one there. No, I'm gonna stick with my idea. Put the rug right there. So until next time I'll be showing you one of the bathrooms probably for the next decor change. One of the bathrooms, as well as maybe the living room will be one as well, because this is what it looks like right now. Unfinished. It never got finished because I was trying to do like a theme that I didn't love, and so I just kept not finding things for it, etc. And I think it's just because I didn't love it. So everything's bare, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna make this place everything that I love. So thank you for coming to our home and having a little tour and checking out our kitchen makeover. Feel free to leave comments, suggestions, questions. I look forward to interacting with you all. Until next time, bye-bye.